Dear students, good evening all of you. I am Dr. Ganesan, Head Department of Economics, Ayanadar Janayamal College, Savagasi. Today, I am going to discuss about the concepts of national income. So, it's an important one. Here we are going to discuss about what do you mean by national income and what are the concepts which are related with national income. Are you clear? Okay. So, first of all, we can understand about what is meant by national income. So, here national income is nothing but the money value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a given period of time. So, here you can remember that you have to take only the money value of all final goods and services. Here you don't include the semi-finished goods or unfinished goods at the time of calculating national income. So you have to take into account the monetary value or the money value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a given period of time. Normally the period will be 1 year. So within a year from all sectors, what is the total money value of all final goods and services produced in a country, which will give the national income of that particular country. Are you clear, friends? So national income means the money value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a given period of time. So now we enter into the concepts which are related to national income. The first concept, gross national product. So here you can remember two words, one is gross and another one is national. So here gross means the total amount and national means it include the income earned within the country as well as from outside the economy. Right? So here at the time of studying national income, we have to remember gross, net, national, domestic. So gross means total and net means it is a difference between gross and depreciation. So if you reduce the depreciation value from the total gross, you will get net. And in the same way, domestic means income acquired by the economy within its jurisdiction or within the country without crossing the border. How much amount of money value of goods and services we have produced within the country during a given period of time, that is called the domestic. And national means it includes both domestic as well as from abroad. So these things you can remember, and it will be helpful for you to understand the concept in a clear cut way. Okay, so now gross national product. So it is the total amount of flow of goods and services at market value during a given period of time. So it's the total amount of flow of goods and services, and that value should be expressed in terms of market values during a particular period of time. So here it includes, because it is national, so it includes net income from abroad. So net income is nothing but the difference between income earned from foreign country by our own factors of production and income given to the foreign factors of production. You take the difference between these two things, that is net factor income from abroad. Or you take into account of product method, you take the difference between export and import, that is net export. So here the gross national product, it includes net income from abroad. Then gross national product includes four types of final goods and services. Number one, the final goods and services produced in the country for consumption purpose, that is consumer goods. Then for producer goods, that is otherwise called producer goods or otherwise called capital goods. So here what is the difference between consumer goods and producer goods? Producer goods is meant for consumer goods is meant for consumption purpose. But you take into account of producer goods. So here the goods which are used for the production of either again producer goods or for the production of consumer goods. So here you take into account of machines and tools which are used to produce goods and services or comes under the producer goods. So here then the goods produced by the government. So being a mixed economy, here we are having both private production as well as government production. So what are the goods and services which are produced by the government, that also taken into account, and at last you take the net export of goods and services. So here net export is nothing but the difference between total export and the total import. You can deduct or you can take the difference between export and import, that will provide net export. Then the second concept, gross national product at market price, GNP at market price. So it is calculated by multiplying the total output produced in a year by their market prices. Market prices prevalent during that particular year. So here you take into account of the real term, that is goods and services you have to take into account. How much amount of paddy we have produced from the field of agriculture? How much amount of iron and steel we have produced? And what are the commodities we are producing from different sectors? That should be taken into account, and that goods and services should be multiplied with the price which is prevailed in the market during a particular period of time. For example, you take into account of the production of paddy. Suppose a farmer is producing 100 packs of paddy and 1 pack of paddy is equal to 2000 rupees in the market, means you can multiply 100 into 2000. What is the value you are getting? That is the total, that is gross national product at market price. So in this manner we have to calculate the total amount of goods and services produced from different sectors, and it should be multiplied with its current corresponding market prices during a particular period. So market prices always include indirect taxes, because here the taxes are imposed by the government. So here the market price always includes indirect taxes. Then the third concept, GNP at factor cost, GNP at FC, that is factor cost. So here factor cost means the income earned by the factors of production. Income earned by the factors of production in the form of rent, wage, interest and profit. Here we can take the total, and also we can include what is the total amount of rent, wage, interest and profit earned by our factors of production and also within the country, and also we can take the factor income from abroad, that is we take net factor income from abroad. So how much amount of our own factors of production earn income in the foreign land, and how much amount of income we have paid to the foreign factors of production. You take the difference between these two things, that will provide net factor income from abroad. So here that also we can take into consideration, right? So here GNP at factor cost is the total money value of income earned all factors of production during a particular year in a country. So it is the income earned by the active productive factors. The productive factors are land, labor, capital and organization. All productive factors involved in the production of goods and services, and how much amount of income earned by each and every factors of production, that should be taken into consideration, and you can add all the factor income, that will provide GNP at factor cost. Calculated by the following formula. GNP at factor cost equal to GNP at market price minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. So here subsidies are given by the government to the industrialists or the producers. So what are the subsidies benefit which are received by the industrialists or the producer, that will be added with the gross national product at market price, and the amount of money which is paid by the producer to the government in the form of tax on goods and services, that is called the indirect taxes, So it should be reduced from the total value, that is GNP at market price. So for calculating GNP at factor cost, the formula is GNP at market price minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. Are you clear? So next, net national product. Net national product. So here also you can remember net national product at factor cost is called national income. So here also we have to estimate the national net national product at market price and factor cost. So here what do you mean by net national product? Here GNP includes depreciation. You can remember GNP includes depreciation. What do you mean by depreciation? The worn out or wears and tears of your machine. Suppose during the production process, during the production process, the parts of your machine will be depreciated or worn out, or we can replace the machine for some future period. So that value is called the depreciation value. So that should be reduced from the gross. We will get net. So net is the difference between gross and depreciation. So gross national product includes depreciation. The difference between gross and net is depreciation. So if you reduce the depreciation value from the gross, you will get net. So during the production process, production of certain amount of capital equipments are wears out or worn out. So here NNP equal to net national product equal to GNP minus depreciation. This is a formula for calculating NNP from GNP. So now here the NNP will be explained in two ways. One is NNP at market price and NNP at factor cost. So now we understand about what do you mean by NNP at market price. The net value of all final goods and services calculated at market price during a year in a particular country. So here what we have to do means we have to calculate the net value of all final goods and services produced during a particular period at its market price. So here NNP at market, the formula to calculate NNP at market price, that is equal to GNP at market price minus depreciation. GNP at market price minus depreciation. Right? Okay, so here the important thing, NNP at factor cost. Here the NNP at factor cost is called national income. At the time of calculating sums, at last you have to derive NNP at factor cost. That NNP at factor cost is called national income. So now I will explain what do you mean by NNP at factor cost. So here NNP at factor cost means the net output evaluated at factor prices. It includes income earned by the factors of production such as wages, rents, interest and profit. Right? So what are the factor income earned by the different factors of production? Land, labor, capital and organization. You are all well known about the factors of production and their remuneration. So rent is the remuneration given to the factor called land. Wages is the remuneration given to the factor called labor. Interest is the remuneration given to the factor called capital, and profit is the reward goes to the entrepreneur or the producer. Right? So what is the total amount of, or you take the net value of factor income earned in the form of wages, rent, interest and profit is called net national product at factor cost. So here you can take into account net national. So the factors of production, whatever the income earned by the factors of production within the country, as well as we can take into account the income earned by the factors of production from abroad, that is net factor income from abroad. So here it is also called national income. So NNP at factor cost equal to NNP at market price minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. So this is one way of calculating NNP at factor cost. From the NNP at market price, we have to reduce indirect taxes and add subsidies that will provide NNP at factor cost. In other way, suppose if you calculate NNP at factor cost from GNP at factor cost, at that time you can apply this formula. NNP at factor cost equal to GNP at factor cost minus depreciation. Because here N is nothing but the net. Net is nothing but the difference between gross and depreciation. So NNP at factor cost equal to GNP at factor cost minus depreciation. Or you can calculate NNP at factor cost by applying this particular formula, that is NNP at factor cost equal to GNP at market price minus depreciation minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. So from the gross you can calculate first net. For that you have to reduce depreciation. Then from the net at market price you have to get net at factor cost. So for that you can reduce indirect taxes and add subsidies. So according to the circumstances or according to the value you can obtain from the sum. Suppose if the sum is asked, according to that you can apply the formula. So here NNP will be calculated, NNP at factor cost will be calculated by applying these 4 different formulas. So students, you carefully understand the formula, where we can apply the formula, when we can apply the formula and other things. You can clearly understand. Okay. So now gross domestic product. So already I explained about domestic means within the country. National means it includes both within the country as well as outside the economy. So here gross domestic product means within the country how much amount of total output we have produced during a particular period of time. So here the income generated by the factors of production within the country from its own resources. Here the domestic income includes wages and salaries, rents including imputed rent, interest, dividends, undistributed corporate profit, including surpluses of public sector undertakings, income of self-employed persons, direct taxes. So all these things we have to include at the time of calculating the gross domestic product. But here we have to take into account only these income are earned by our factors of production within our own jurisdiction or within our own economy. So here we no need to include the net factor income from abroad. Okay. So from the national income, if you want to calculate the domestic income, what you have to do means you have to reduce net factor income from abroad from national income. You will get domestic income. So domestic income equal to national income minus net factor income from abroad. So here net factor income from abroad may be either positive or negative. When it will be positive, our factors of production earn more amount of income in foreign land and we give lesser amount to the foreign factors of production in our economy or in our country. It means the net factor income from abroad is positive. That is, we are earning more income when compared to the income we given to the foreign factors of production. So at that time, the net factor income from abroad is positive and vice versa. And on the other hand, if our factors of production earn income lesser when compared to the factor income which we pay to the foreign factors of production, definitely the net factor income from abroad is negative. If the net factor income from abroad is positive, national income is greater than the domestic income. Okay, because the net factor income from abroad will be added with the domestic income to find out the national income. So if the net factor income from abroad is positive, the national income is greater than the domestic income. If it is negative, the national income is lesser than the domestic income, because we have to reduce the net factor income from abroad from the domestic income to find out national income. So net factor income from abroad is positive. Our national income will be more when compared to the domestic income. If it is negative, the national income is lesser than the domestic income. Are you clear, friends? Okay. So now then you take the private income. Here what do you mean private income? It is obtained by private individuals from any source. productive or otherwise the retained income of the corporations. So it can be arrived from NNP at factor cost by making some additions and deductions or deductions. So here what are the additions we have to make from the NNP at factor cost to find out private income? So here the main things which we have to add is transfer payments. Transfer payments should be added with net national product at factor cost to find out the private income. So what are the things which comes under the transfer payments? Pensions earned by the people, unemployment allowances given by the government to the unemployed people, and social security measures given by the government or the private institutions, and the gifts and remittances from abroad, windfall gains, interest on public debt. So all these things comes under the heading of transfer payments. So these things will be added with net national product factor cost to find out private income. Then now we have to understand about what are the things we have to deduct from the net factor income, net national product at factor cost to find out the private income. So what are the deductions here? Income from government departments, surplus of public sector undertakings, employees contribution to social security scheme. So what is the amount of money which is contributed by the laborers to the social security scheme, that is provident fund, LIC, etc. So all these things should be reduced or deducted from net national product at factor cost. So here the formula to calculate private income. So private income equal to national income plus transfer payments plus interest on public debt minus social security minus profits and surpluses of public sector undertakings. So now you will get private income. Are you clear? Okay friends. Now we understand about what you mean by personal income. So here personal income is the total income received by the individuals of a country from all sources before payment of direct taxes. So before paying direct taxes, how much amount of total income received by the individuals in the economy? Here we have to take what is the income earned by individual A, what is the income earned by individual B, C, and what is the total individual who are in the economy, and what is the total amount of income received before paying direct taxes to the government. So personal income is the total income received by the individuals of a country from all sources before payment of indirect taxes. So here you can remember it is never equal to national income. So personal income is never equal to the national income. So personal income is derived from the national income by deducting something and by adding something. So now we understand what are the things we are going to deduct from the national income to get personal income, and what are the things we can add to the national income to get personal income. First, what are the deductions we have to make from the national income? Undistributed profits should be reduced. Profit taxes and employees' contribution to social securities. These three things should be reduced from national income to find out the personal income. So now what are the things we have to add to the national income to get personal income? So here government transfer payments, the transfer payments from abroad, windfall gains and interest on public debt. Here sources of income to these are all the things which comes under the sources of income to the individuals, right? So the transfer payment made by the government, transfer payment made by abroad, and windfall gains and interest on public debt. So all these things should be added with national income, and we have to reduce undistributed profit, profit taxes and employees contribution to social security. Here profit tax is nothing but corporate tax. So you will get personal income. So now we will find out what is the formula for to calculate a personal income. So personal income equal to national income minus undistributed corporate profits minus corporate tax minus social security contributions plus transfer payments plus interest on public debt. So here what are the things I had given in red that should be reduced from national income, and the things which I have given in green should be added with national income to find out personal income. So here personal income differs from private income. You don't confuse with private income and personal income. These two concepts are different. Personal income equal to private income minus undistributed corporate profit minus profit tax. So from the private income, we should reduce undistributed corporate profit and corporate tax to find out personal income. So you can understand the personal income and private income are not one and the same. These two things are differ, right? Okay. Now personal disposable income, it is very much important concept under national income concepts. So here disposable income means the money which is spent by the people according to their wish or according to their will and pleasure, right? So here it is otherwise called personal disposable income. Disposable income is otherwise called personal disposable income. It means the income which is spent by an individual according to his own wish. If a person who wants to buy a commodity, how much amount of money it is possible by him to spend, that is called the disposable income or personal disposable income. So how we can calculate personal disposable income? From different ways. From the personal income, if we want to calculate the disposable income, the formula is disposable income equal to personal income minus direct taxes. So suppose a person who is earning 1 lakh rupee as income per month and he has to make 10,000 rupees as tax to the government, means the income, that is the disposable income, is 1 lakh minus 10,000, that is equal to 90,000. So here the disposable income means what are the things which are to be reduced from the personal income, and after that what is the net income derived by an individual, and that will be used by him according to his own will and pleasure. So from personal income, if we want to calculate disposable income, we should reduce direct taxes. Or you can apply a formula, disposable income equal to consumption expenditure plus savings. So if you are having a disposable income of 50,000 rupees and you are spending rupees 40,000 for your consumption purpose and the remaining 10,000 is your savings, means now you can add what is the total amount of money you use or an individual used to buy goods and services and how much amount of money he saved during a particular period. That you can add it, you will get disposable income. So disposable income equal to consumption expenditure plus savings. Then or you can calculate or you can apply the formula, disposable income equal to national income minus business savings minus indirect taxes minus direct taxes minus social security payments plus subsidies plus transfer payments plus net factor income from abroad. So from the national income, if we want to calculate disposable income, this particular formula will be used, right? Okay. Then now we understand about the next concept, real income. Here real income means income calculated at the base of some base year. So real income is the national income expressed in terms of a general level of prices of a particular year taken as base. So we have to take in a year as base year. On the base of the base year only we have to calculate national income for an economy. The base year should not be having more ups and downs in the economy. or it should be free from inflation and deflation. So that particular year should be taken as a base year, or simply you can remember the base year should be a normal year. Base year should be a normal year. On the base of the base year prices only, we can estimate or we can calculate national income. If you calculate like that, that income is called real income. So real income is the national income expressed in terms of general level of prices of a particular year taken as base. The formula to calculate real net national product, that is equal to net national product for the current year multiplied with base year index. It should be taken as 100, should be divided by current year index. Then the last concept, per capita income. So it is nothing but income per head. Income per head. Or you can tell the average income of the people of a country in a particular year. So how we can calculate the per capita income? Per capita income will be calculated by dividing the national income by total population. So what is the total income of a particular economy and what is the total population of an economy? It includes both working population as well as non-working population, or you can tell both dependent population as well as independent population. So from the total national income should be divided by total population, we will get average income or per capita income. It is otherwise called income per head. I think, friends, I have explained all the concepts which are related to national income in a lucid way, and I think it will be easily understood by the viewers. So you carefully go through the video and understand the concept and the formula which I have given for calculating the national income. Here normally in colleges and other things, we are not having the calculation of national income and other things, but you take note of NCERT people, even in the plus 2 level, they are having the calculation of national income. So at that time, the formula will be more useful. So here, whatever the video I am uploading, it is not only for college students, it will be applicable to school students as well as college students. So dear viewers, kindly go through the video and get benefit out of it. Thank you friends.